real estate agents. Welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga, the man with the plan. How's it going, Joey?
Just sitting back here chilling.
Just chilling?
Chilling.
Chilling like a villain?
Chilling like a good villain.
All right. Hey, we're the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, we have a special guest with us today, Link Paffenbarger with West USA Realty. Welcome,
Hi,
Link.
guys.
How are you doing?
Thank you.
How you
Thank
doing?
you. Doing awesome. It's Friday.
Yeah, you ready to rock it?
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're going to do it. Why don't we jump right in? So I have to ask you, your real name is Link, right?
It really is. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
That stands out big time, I think.
And I'm your link to a doggone nice home.
There it is. I was waiting for that.
Boom. There's the plug.
Ba-dum.
Yeah, there we go. I was thinking maybe you'd throw that in there.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get into how long you've been in the business. Most everybody watching or listening are going to be real estate agents. So how long you've been in the business? What compelled you to get into this crazy world of real estate?
Well, thanks for asking, Jeff. In 1992, I joined because I was already a headhunter and relocating people here for jobs. So I wanted to know about houses. So I got my license then. I didn't really go full-time until 2002 when I decided that I really needed to dedicate more to it and not to getting people a job. So it became more of that, mostly with buyers because of their job and employment in 2002.
Got it. Okay. So you've been in real estate world for a long time then.
Long time.
Really, if you think
30 plus years in the Valley and helping hundreds of medical professionals relocate here.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them wanted to rent and or buy.
Right.
And so I brought them all around the Valley and Maricopa County mostly to help them find not only their employment but housing.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously being in the business as long as you have, right? You've seen the ups and the downs here locally.
I have the ups, downs, and now the ups again.
Now the ups again, yeah. So it's definitely interesting to watch it all kind of unfold, isn't it?
It is, because I think we're in a exciting time right now. I think the market is stable. I think it's going to continue to be strong. We see new employment and people moving in. We don't see big spikes in the prices. Interest rates are still reasonable. So I think the housing market's going to continue to go up slowly for the next several years.
Yeah. Well, let's all just hope it just hangs in there, right? It's good. Great information. What about, earlier we talked a little bit, and one of the questions I always ask is, what are you doing right now to be successful? And one of the things you mentioned that I thought was really intriguing is your involvement with HOA systems, or one of the largest ones. So share with us a little bit about that.
Sure. Ahwatukee is an area of Phoenix out in the south part of the valley. Yeah. And inside of there is Mountain Park Ranch, which has a little over 7,000 houses, some apartments and condos. Okay. And so with over 7,000 members, 51 subdivisions, it incorporates several school systems inside of that. It's one of the largest and best run HOAs in all of Arizona. And just happens in the late 90s, I started getting involved in my community in many things. Yeah. Scouts and coaching and other things. And I wanted to do something for Mountain Park Ranch and where I lived. And so I've been very involved off and on for about 15, 17 years as either a board president, officer, or just a member of the area. And so we send out newsletters and, we talk to people in the area. So jokingly, people say, well, you're the mayor of Ahwatukee. And I'm like, well, there's no mayor of Ahwatukee, but I want to help my community. And so with a name that's unusual, Link, people see my name or recognize it. And I get some buyers from that and sellers, and just try to help people, stay. I don't want them to leave Mountain Park Ranch, but if they're going to leave, I'd like to at least bring in new people into the community that like the area and know it well. Right. And that's what I'm trying to help people for.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like it's really worked out well for you.
It has, and
get your name out there a lot.
I've enjoyed the fact as a recruiter for a long time. I still do call up some of my network of headhunters and ask them about relocation. I've done some for State Farm, many of the large hospital medical systems, doctors groups. So not just in Ahwatukee, but around the valley. And I'm also a Flagstaff realtor. That sort of happened because 14 years ago I bought a house up there. My daughter's a flight nurse up there for a big healthcare group. And so I go up there often as well. But 90% of my time, I spend it in the East Valley, Ahwatukee, or helping buyers and sellers.
Yeah. You know, I saw a video, and I don't know how close it was up to Flagstaff, but it was somebody posted it, I don't know, maybe a month ago. Is there like a tiny house community kind of going? They were showing these tiny houses. I think it's just like, you know, there's that Munns Park area, and there's
there is, but people aren't looking for much of that. I think I saw what you had seen too. You know, most people, I think, if they think about getting away and getting a second home, or it's different than if you're getting a condo or a house for their kid. I think they're looking for something like land or space. You know, they want something that's not Phoenix. Yeah, something in the cool pines, something different. So that it's a very different type of buyer that's looking up there than is in the valley. In the valley, you've got, you know, your average house approaching $300,000. In Flagstaff, the average house approaches $400,000. Yeah, so it's just not an affordable market for a lot of people. Right. So I always encourage people when they're first buying or they move in the valley, maybe you don't want to buy right away. How do you know you want to live in Ahwatukee? Yeah. I know I want to live in Ahwatukee, but I've lived in 9 different places in the Phoenix market. So I always like to ask realtors about it. Like, are your buyers ready to buy now, or do you think they're why do they want to buy now?
Right.
Let's see what we can do.
All right. And we were talking earlier too about your business as far as listings versus buyers. Mm-hmm. You had an interesting perspective on listing. Yeah. People wanting to be a listing specialist. Or what have you. So
what happens is I think everybody decides at one point if they own a house, maybe they want to sell it. Who should they talk to? Everybody knows 5 realtors, it seems. So if I happen to come up or somebody asks me, you know, can I help? How can I help them? If I mostly work with buyers, I talk to them about it a little bit. It's like, well, I'm not a listing specialist. I work with buyers a lot. However, I have a dear friend. Her name's Holly Ahwatukee, and she's a great friend, agent. She's also does a lot of interior remodeling and design, and she helps me with my clients staging their houses, getting it ready, making great suggestions, sort of a woman's perspective. And she's my secret weapon when it comes to it's not so secret if we're on podcast now,
I was going to say
she's a great person.
No longer a secret weapon.
But that's all right. I really appreciate her insight on things, and 100% of the time when people take her suggestions, we've been very effective in selling a house and selling it quickly for a good price.
So you get her help to go in to look at ways to stage the property better.
Absolutely.
Basically. Okay.
Well, because I want my sellers to be ready
and
prepare
who
the house.
Usually makes the decision, right?
Well, I'd say about 75% of the time it's a woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense to get a woman involved, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They can speak their language and walk through all the pros and cons and all that.
Sure.
No, that's great. How about working with other agents? What's your perspective on, I mean, how best to do that back and forth?
Well, let's just say I've got a listing, and you get an agent that shows a house.
Yeah.
You want to make contact with them that day. You know, they're probably driving the customer around for a while, so you don't want to call them the first hour, even though it comes on your phone, you've got a showing. You know the agent showed the house. You usually set that up through showing time, or they contact you directly. But I like to talk to them. Almost half the time, people aren't living in Ahwatukee. Might be a Scottsdale agent or some other part of the valley. And I'll ask them, well, how did it go? You know, maybe why are you looking in Ahwatukee, or what did you think of the house compared to the area? Yeah. And I've literally met agents, if they wanted to meet, and talk to them about the area and our schools and our area to consider it. And they really appreciate the fact that I'm calling them back personally that day, because they don't want to drive a customer around if they have some valuable piece of information they didn't know. Right. That's what I'm there for. I know Ahwatukee very, very well in 23 years of living there, 33 years of being in the valley, and 7 or 8 places I've lived. Right. So they're probably also showing them properties elsewhere, and I try to show them, here's why Ahwatukee might be the best choice for the money. Yeah, yeah. Just working hand in hand is the best thing, right? Yeah. And you know, one of the things, though, I mean, you mentioned just answering the phone. Right? Yeah. We need to make sure that we answer the phone. Well, when you talk to someone, a lot of times they're not calling you on the phone. They're showing the house.
Well,
you know they've already shown it.
Right.
Maybe they'll go back for a second showing, but that day when they've shown it and they've gone through the house, that's when I like to talk to them about it. What did they like about it? What were their concerns? And years ago, I've worked for Keller Williams, Berkshire Hathaway, Coldwell Banker, and now 14 years at West USA Realty. It's win-win or no deal. I mean, Gary Keller said it in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, which is one of my favorite books to read.
Yeah.
Is you want to talk to the agent. That person that you're working with, they want what you want. They're professionals, and the better you can help them, the better it's going to help us get a deal put together.
Absolutely. How about before we move to the next segment, what is one thing you would tell any agent today, whether that's a new agent or someone maybe says their business has slowed a little? What would you tell them to do right now to start getting business, or best shot to get business?
Well, I'd say, first of all, decide what kind of agent you want to be. I mean, simply because you have a real estate license doesn't tell you what you want to be. And it's what you want to be and be perceived at with your customers. They don't have to be your customer yet, but we all have a sphere, and then from there we have to create a bigger sphere. So when you make a first impression with someone, you ought to decide, what is it you want to do for them. Do you want to be a listing specialist? Do you want to be a buyer agent? Do you want to be a property manager? Do you want to help people with vacation homes? Do you only want to focus on the luxury market or first-time home buyers? Find something that you think you'd be comfortable doing, and try to focus on that and become the best you can at doing that.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of the one thing. Another book by Gary Keller, right?
I didn't, to be honest with you, I don't know where that came from. I just learned it's life lessons is really what's taught me that.
Absolutely. All right, so you ready now? Link, you're going to get in the ring, right?
I'm always ready.
All right, here we go. We're going to get in the ring. How about, what's the best advice anyone's ever given you?
My dad. Be true to yourself. Do what will take care of you and your family first. Choose your friends carefully and always be loyal to them.
All right, great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about your favorite mobile app?
Well, Security Agent. I know Sherry's sitting here in the room. Sherry Griffin.
Hey, Sherry.
She's definitely my title gal, my go-to gal, and it's a great app because it's quick. I can just do it on my phone, get an estimate, email it out to a customer right away, show them how much something costs and payments, and people love it.
No, that's great. How about a book recommendation, or are you going to stick with the...
my dad gave me a great book, which was originally printed in 1890. It's called Acres of Diamonds by Cromwell. Wow. And it really talks about spiritual self-awareness and what you may value in life. It's not a get-rich-quick book. It's just a book everyone should give to their people they love the most.
Yeah. Wow, okay. We're going to have to check that one out.
Yeah.
One productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis?
Well, I look at the Cromford reports a lot.
Okay.
The ASU School of Real Estate and Business.
I'm a Cromford guy. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's very helpful to have some kind of proof source when you start talking about the market and what's going on and what's coming up. You can talk to agents and you talk to your title people and they give you valuable tools. Sherry gives me so many I couldn't even pick one. But she's helped me immensely. Okay. And I've been pretty loyal to them for the last 14 plus years. So I'd say those are probably my favorite go-tos.
All right. And one final question. I'm going to let you draw it out of the mask here. You ready?
Sure, man.
All right.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Oy vey. What is the most adventurous thing you've ever done? Oh, boy. I'd say when I decided to quit college and move to Steamboat Springs at the age of 20 and just show up, get a job, and live in Colorado a couple years.
Okay.
Pretty fun, exciting stuff. Because when growing up in Ohio, it's about as flat as this table. You really don't know how to ski. So I went to the ski resort the first day, and the guy's like, well, can you do a job here? Anything. Okay, we'll make you a ski lift operator. Can you ski? Oh, absolutely. I had to ski to my job. So it was a fun way to start my life at 20 years old and pay my own bills and find out it's not just about being in the books. It's about being out there in the world and the life. That's why I live out west instead of living back in the Midwest.
Yeah, no, that is great. Yeah, that's a cool story.
Pretty
I think
fun.
That a lot of people should
try something different
like that. Absolutely, absolutely. How about if agents are listening and they want to get in touch with you, do you mind letting them know how?
Just go to linktherealtor.com and reach me there.
Linktherealtor.com.
Linktherealtor.com. It's the easiest way to find me.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thanks for being here.
It's a lot of fun, you guys.
Yeah, no, we truly appreciate it. And we are the Real Estate Marketing.
Thanks for inviting me, Sherry.
Absolutely. Hey, Sherry, how's it going? We're the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs, and we want to also thank our sponsors, Academy Mortgage, Jake Krabby, as well as Fidelity National Home Warranty. For the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs, I'm Jeff Underwood.
And I'm Joey Sampaga.
Coming to you from Security Title Studios in the Biltmore. Have a fantastic day.
Awesome. See ya. Good job, everyone. The Weekly Closer podcast is sponsored by Jake Krabby, NMLS number 877141 at Academy Mortgage. Are you looking to buy or refinance a home? Jake Krabby is your mortgage professional. Contact Jake at 480-442-9291. Jake Krabby is a loan officer at Academy Mortgage, NMLS number 877141. State license for Arizona number 0920357, AZBK number 0904081, and New Mexico number 877141. Academy Mortgage Corporation, NMLS 3113, and New Mexico 01451. Call 480-442-9291. Address 15333 North Pima Road, Suite 205, Scottsdale, Arizona 85260. Academy Mortgage is an equal housing